Hi everyone, today we've got a Gottlieb soundboard from an Arena pinball machine. This is the MA766 board and it's only partially working. Let's power it up. Right, so we've got the flashing LED, which is a good sign. Basically there's two CPUs. So this section here, so CPU, ROM, RAM, that controls the DAC sounds. CPU, two ROMs, and a RAM here, that controls the synthesizer chips and the speech chip, and then some shared logic for selecting the sounds. Now as the light's flashing, that means that this CPU section is actually running, so it's running code. Reset button, and that's a test button. Now I believe that a single bong means there's actually a bad RAM. So, what's wrong? Now, in fact it can make a bong noise. Well, what we can do here is we've got a ground lead and we can basically ground out some of these sound lines. So it sounds like we're actually able to produce sounds using the DAC section. Now, if you notice, it's actually frozen up on that side. Let's just reset. Okay, so when we trigger a sound, we're actually crashing this CPU here, this section here. So let's just reset again. Press the test button. Nothing happens. What's happened? Try again. Right. Interesting. So we can reset it. There we go. Right. So that single bong is the failed RAM. Because this one seems to be running okay, as in we are able to actually produce. So we'll just do it again. So we are actually able to produce some sound from this section. So it's probably going to be this RAM that's bad. So what we'll do is we'll whip that out, we'll desolder it, and we'll test it out of circuit, see what happens. Okay, so I removed this RAM for the music CPU, tested it out of circuit and it was good. Tried putting a new one in, still the same problem, so just for the sake of it, I've also socketed this RAM here, tested that out of circuit, and that was fine as well. So we've got another problem somewhere else. It's going to probably be, basically when we trigger these imports, it goes through like an edge detection circuit, which then fires the relevant CPU. Well, at least it fires a command to the relevant CPU. So whenever you select a sound, the DAC one carries on running, but the music one crashes immediately. So I'm wondering if it's basically putting some rubbish data onto that CPU's data bus. So I need to look at the edge detection circuit and see what's going on there. Right, so I've just replaced this wire on number 2, and let's give this a test. Oh, as you can hear, we've got working music. So, why didn't I check the ROMs first? Well, there's a problem getting hold of Gottlieb ROMs on the internet. Basically, anyone who hosts the ROMs gets threatened to be sued by Gottlieb, as they're horrible people that don't want people to be able to easily fix their own machines. So eventually I managed to get hold of the ROM, and I just verified them and found that one to be bad. Now, I wish I'd been able to get hold of them earlier. I wouldn't have had to remove these RAMs, but at least they're socketed now, so ease of replacement in the future. So let's turn that back up again. There was a really good sound on the older ACB Gottliebs. Right, I think we could say that's working and return it to its owner.